Welcome to today's session on valuation under GST. As part of our valuation discussion, uh, a very simple topic, no great challenges. Recollect, we have just made an introduction towards valuation, where we came out and discussed that in case of valuation, if the following two conditions mentioned over here are satisfied, where the supplier and recipient are not related, price paid is the sole consideration of sale. That is to say, if both supplier and recipient are unrelated person. Second condition, supplier and recipient are unrelated person. Second condition, price is the sole consideration. That is to say, money paid is the sole consideration. If these two conditions are satisfied, then the transaction value determined under section 15(1) will be accepted. So any money actually paid or payable for such supply, price paid or payable for such supply, where supplier and recipient are not related, price is the sole consideration of supply, transaction value accepted. Yes, no doubt about it. The respective transaction value will be accepted if all these conditions are satisfied. Now, what do we mean by a term relative? Yes, section 15 in its explanation comes out and defines the term related person. Recollect, we would have discussed about this related person when we discussed Schedule 1 transactions. Even otherwise, if you want, we'll discuss it once. So all those officers, directors, or legally recognized partner, employer, employee, or it is going to be where one company holds another company directly or indirectly more than 25% of equity stake, where a company is jointly controlled by a third person or they control third person and they are all members of same family. Now they are holding company or subsidiary company. Now points here for our discussion is whenever if it is going to be a related party transaction, very simple, conditions of section 15 not satisfied. Whenever it is going to be a other than related party transaction, then that condition is satisfied. Followed by price should be the sole consideration, meaning thereby money alone should be a sole consideration or price alone should be a sole consideration. That is to say, your consideration should not be other than money. What do we mean by the term other than money? Consideration can only be accepted in the money form. If they come and give something other than money, I am sorry, your consideration is other than money, price tampered, எல்லாத்தையும் சொல்லுவோம். End of the day, transaction value not accepted. So, points for our discussion. If these two conditions are satisfied, straight away transaction will be accepted, nothing, no questions. A lot of discussions we made in our last session, okay, nothing new. There can be many transactions. Every transaction you can have a different transaction value. Recollect that doll example on the other day we discussed, when the same shopkeeper sells to someone at 250, some other person at 350, some other person at 500, some other person at 700, and to a person at 1000. See, what price you have to sell goods only at same price? இதெல்லாம் ஹம்பக். இது மாதிரி ஒரு தியரியே கிடையாது. நிறைய பேர் வந்து அடிக்கடி சொல்லுவாங்க எல்லாருக்கும் ஒரே மாதிரி விற்கணும், கிடையவே கிடையாது. ஐம் சாரி, ஐம் அப்சல்யூட்லி சாரி. You can and you are allowed to sell to different people at different price. There is no restriction at all. There are no requirement at all. Sir, can I sell to A Limited at 20 rupees my product and to B Limited at 10 rupees my product? Yes. Ensure you satisfy these two conditions. Ensure you satisfy these two conditions, and yes, you are freely allowed to do. Without satisfaction, that story is different. I'm not stepping in, but as long as if you are not going to, as long as there is going to be differences, yes, if these two conditions is satisfied, then yes, it would be accepted. Hope my voice is audible. See, my humble opinion, at my end, I don't find any challenge in the bandwidth. I'm operating at a 100 Mbps line. So maybe at your receiving end, there would be challenges. This voice breaking generally will not have at our end. It's only at your end because of the bandwidth. Okay. And we have to accept all these challenges as part of our technology related standards. If all of you are all getting voice breaking, voice is not clear, then I'll check at my end, because I have been testing it. That is why it was consciously little delay. I was testing. It is working well. It's operated at 80 Mbps. So I don't think so at my end. And can some of you confirm for your also voice is breaking or how it is? Okay. A few of you reply, Anand. They are all saying clear. Okay. Amit, you also had a voice break. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Aditya says it's confirmed. Okay. No. So we'll try. Not sure about it. So what will we discuss? So coming back here, as part of our discussions relating to your taxable supply, there is no rule that everybody goods has to be sold at same price. We have to sell the goods at only at one price. No, all these rules and all not right. All these rules and all nothing. It need not be followed at all. Government's request is only one thing: ensure supplier and recipient is not related. Price paid is the sole consideration of supply. That's all. Supplier and recipient is not related, and price paid is the sole consideration of supply. Then close the issue at that level. So if these two conditions are satisfied, transaction value accepted. Followed by getting into some additions made to transaction value. If in case money collected separately, let me caution you, apart from one price, if they collect these money separately, apart from the value of the goods, if they collect any money separately, apart from the value of service, if they collect any money separately, in case any money collected separately, then it will be included in value of supply. What will be included in value of supply? Section 15(2) comes out and highlights that all duties and taxes collected extra, if any, will be included in value of supply other than CGST, SGST, UTGST, IGST, and GST compensations. So all taxes and duties, let me repeat, all taxes and duties would be included in value of supply except your GST related taxes. If it is GST related taxes, it will not be included in value of supply. If it is other than GST related taxes, definitely yes, it will be included in value of supply. For example, let's take a situation. The cost of a film ticket is 100 rupees. However, a municipality, the local municipality, collects entertainment tax at the rate of 10% on the basic fare of the ticket. So cost of the basic fare of the ticket 100, and municipality collects 10% tax on that. Now 10 rupees municipality collect. Also understand this ticket is liable for GST. GST is liable at the rate of 18% when it comes to few type of tickets. Now the question before you is, on this transaction, on what value you will calculate GST? 100, 110, none of the above. On what you will calculate your GST? 100, 110, or none of the above? Yes, your value of supply would be that's all. A lot of you have messaged me, as a lot of you identified correct. It will be only on what? 110. Why, sir? It is a tax other than GST. Hence, it will be included in your value. See, the government is very clear. All those taxes would be included except only government related GST taxes. You call it as a local levy, you call it as a surcharge, you call it as an entertainment tax, you call by whatever name you want. If it is a tax or a duty, it will be included other than this. No. Also make a note here, very recently, in my view, you will not be tested in exam, but just make a note here. There is a cess called as Kerala flood cess. There is a cess called as Kerala flood cess. On a plain reading of this section, that should also be included. However, government told with a specific rule that it will not be included in your value of supply. In my view, they should not test you because valuation rules is not applicable as part of your syllabus. Because valuation rules is not applicable, they should not test. I'm just giving you an abundant caution because it's a recent amendment. Only last year it got amended. So there would be a possibility of being tested in exam. Followed by duties and taxes, or taxes and duties. I'll rephrase it, taxes and duties. Followed by taxes and duties. All those incidental expenses. All those incidental expenses incurred by the supplier and later reimbursed by the respective recipient. So supplier incurs some expenses or he collects some money towards incidental expenses. Apart from the basic price of the goods, apart from a particular value, they collect 5,000 towards transportation, 2,000 towards packing, 1,000 towards loading charges, another 1,000 towards unloading charges, be it loading, be it unloading, be it packing, be it any services, whatever be it any services. Government is very clear. All kind of incidental expenses. Let me repeat. Any kind of incidental expenses would be included in your value of supply. It could be brokerage, it could be commission, it could be transportation, it could be any of those incidental expenses. whatever be your incidental expenses, all incidental expenses will be included in your value of supply. There are no relaxations associated with it. Now, again, any amount that is collected by the supplier, which is not forming part of your value of supply, that will also be included equally. That will also be included equally in the value of supply. Aditya. Oh, Aditya says voice is breaking. Incidental expenses and any amount charged, whatever be it, incidental expenses and any amount charged, whatever be that amount. Incidental expenses means transportation, insurance, transit insurance, loading, unloading, all this is incidental expenses for a supply. Any amount charged for anything done means whatever amount charged by the supplier extra. So I gave you I sold you a mission, I collect some license fee for the mission, right to use for the mission. என்ன வேணா நான் அந்த பேரை சொல்லி நான் என்ன வேணா collect பண்ணிக்கலாம். So for anything done. Similarly, any amount, the supplier is liable to pay to third party. Actually, that amount supplier is liable to pay to third party. That amount is paid by the recipient. A very careful point. Actually, that money is liable to be paid by the supplier, but the recipient volunteers, don't be bothered about that amount, I will pay on your behalf. So all those money, the recipient pay on behalf of supplier, that would be included, followed by, it could be all those what is it, interest, penalty, late fee, all this penalty, late fee, interest, any fees, any charges, whatever be it. There is a possibility in case of all your credit sales, within 30 days payment need to be received, payment need to be made, 50 days payment need to be made, 70 days payment need to be made, 90 days payment need to be made. We have certain restrictions. Within that time period alone, let me repeat, within that time period alone, payment need to be made. If payment is not made within that time period, let me repeat, if the payment is not made within that time period of credit sales, one interest will be collected. Now, whatever interest that is being collected by the person, on that interest, yes, they are liable to pay. They are liable to pay tax, no doubt about it. Whatever they are liable to pay a tax. So coming back here, points for our discussion is this: if this be the situation, yes, so any interest, any penalty, any late fee, yes, whatever is being received by the person, that would be included in your value of supply. Followed by subsidies received. all those subsidy received would be included in the value of supply. Subsidy received will be included in the value of supply, except subsidy received from government. So if they received a government subsidy, no doubt it will be reduced from value of supply. They have not received a government subsidy, but they have received a subsidy from third parties, subsidy from private parties, then it will be included in value of supply. Understand? Subsidy means a reduction, a waiver for those aspects. Actually, someone has to sell an electrical vehicle for 2.5 lakh rupees. However, central government gives a subsidy of 10,000 rupees every vehicle. So vehicle will be sold for 2,40,000 rupees. One of the charitable organization intention is to protect environment. So what the charitable organization told us, whoever is going to buy this electrical vehicle, we will give an additional 5,000 rupees what reduction. Additional 5,000 rupees subsidy. So look the manufacturer, look the trader, he will get two subsidies. 10,000 rupees from government, 5,000 rupees from one charitable organization. Usually he will sell his vehicles 2,50,000 minus 10,000, 2,40,000 he will sell, collect tax and pay to government. Now this charitable organization came. Now what he did is told people, I will charge you, I will sell this product to you at 2,35,000. But very interesting to note, he can sell it for 2,35,000, but for the purpose of valuation, GST will be calculated on 2,40,000. Why, sir? Subsidy given by central government and state government alone will be reduced from value. All the subsidies are all reduction. All those subsidy other than government subsidy would be included to the value. So coming back here, I'm not sure how many of you are all comfortable with this additions which we have discussed, but I can only share to you one aspect, which will be, remember this word called as pista. Easiest way of addition called as pista addition. This is called as pista addition. Adena sir, pista addition. Okay. Nothing great about it. No. This pista addition means what? I'll just take a different color. Now, to start with, penalties and interest. So it stands for P. I stands for incidental expenses. S stands for government subsidy. T stands for all those taxes and duties. A stands for amount actually supplier is liable to pay, paid by the recipient on behalf of supplier. Now, PISTA, penalty, interest, taxes, late fee, penalty, interest, late fee will be included. Incidental expenses, including any amount charged for anything done, will be included. S stands for your subsidies. All subsidies will be added other than government subsidy, followed by all those taxes and duties will be included. Other than taxes and duties will be included. All taxes and duties will be included. Any amount they are liable to pay by the supplier. Whatever amount they are liable to pay, any amount supplier is liable to pay, that is paid by the recipient. Understand it this way. நியாயமா அது சப்ளையர் கட்ட வேண்டிய 10,000 ரூபாய். ரெசிபியன்ட் சேஸ், நீங்க இங்க அவருக்கு கொடுக்க வேணாம் சார், நான் கொடுத்துக்கிறேன், நீங்க எனக்கு ப்ராடக்ட் மட்டும் பண்ணி கொடுங்க, நீங்க எனக்கு சர்வீஸ் மட்டும் பண்ணுங்க, அவருக்கு நான் பே பண்ணிடுறேன். இல்ல எனக்கும் உங்களுக்கும் நான் பே பண்றேன், அவருக்கும் நான் பே பண்றேன். விச் மீன்ஸ் I am paying him 30,000 plus 5,000 I'm paying. Who to whom? To a supplier, to a person who has who who's I am paying money to a third person where actually that person will collect money from supplier. So supplier will not pay him now. All this money would be included in your value of supply. They don't write in exam and all, pista addition and all. These are all words shared to you. These are all words shared to you to ஏன் இன்னைக்கு இந்த பிரச்சனை வருதுன்னு தெரியலையே. Shobha again says can't able to hear sir. We'll see if it is not going well for the next 10 minutes, then we'll wind up. That's all. So, Sneha, you are the only one saying that you could able to hear it well. I'm not sure about others. Janaki Abhijit has confirmed. Good. Darshan. Anyway, that sums up your what will be included in your value of supply. What will be excluded from value of supply? What will not be included? Instead of saying excluded, what will not be included in value of supply is only one thing, which is going to be good, Malavika. You could also build here. But, only one item. All those discounts will not be included in value of supply. So any discount given at the invoice level before or at the time of supply. Discounts given in invoice before or at the time of supply. Yes, it will not be included in value of supply. For example, somebody is buying a product for 10,000 rupees and the shopkeeper is inclined to give a discount of 1,000 rupees. So he puts 10,000 rupees less discount 1,000. No doubt value of supply is only 9,000 and tax will be payable only on 9,000. When the goods are, when the discount is given at the time of supply, and the invoice is raised at the time, before or at the time of supply. So at the time of supply, if you give discount, you can reduce it for invoice, from the invoice. In case if the discount need to be given after supply, is it possible? Yes, there is a possibility. Discount can be issued after supply when it is possible. If there is an agreement between supplier and recipient, that is between two persons. If there is an agreement between supplier and recipient, that yes, if there is an agreement between supplier and recipient, Uh, if there is an agreement between supplier and recipient, if the answer is yes, and they say that I would be entitled, if the, I mean, that is the recipient would be entitled to a discount post supply. Recipient would be entitled to discount post supply. Now, the whole discussion moves like this. There would be a supplier, there would be a recipient, and there will be an agreement between supplier and recipient that after supply of goods, discount will be given. Sir, how after supply and all discount is possible? Let's understand that first. For example, take a situation, 2-3 ground points. Sometime turnover of the person need to be achieved. So what do you mean by that? Let's say something like this. If you buy from me more than 5 crores, I will give you 1% discount. Now today I'm not going to buy from you more than 1 crore. Today I'm buying only for 10 lakhs. Maybe next month 50 lakhs. Next month maybe 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs. Until it crosses 5 crores. After 5 crores, he is eligible for 2% discount. If you buy from me more than 200 metric ton of cement, today I am buying only 5 metric ton. நான் என்னைக்கு 200 வருது அது வர ஆகும் 8 மாசம் ஆகும். Okay. Yes. After supply discounts are predominantly quantity discount or turnover discount. Let me repeat. Quantity or turnover. You achieve this quantity, I give you. You achieve this turnover, I'll give you. So in case of any discount given after supply, that is to say from you, you have supplied the goods. From you, you have supplied the services. After supply, if any case, any discount is possible, okay, for which an agreement has to be between supplier and recipient. There has to be agreement between supplier and recipient upfront. Based on that agreement, after supply discount will be allowed. One more aspect is how it will be allowed, for which there is a process called as credit note. A credit note will be issued by the supplier to the recipient. A credit note will decrease your value of supply. Don't be much bothered about it. And relating to credit note, ITC need to be reversed. All that is there. That and all later we will learn. First understand. Discount can be broadly classified into 2 types. Before supply, after supply. What do you mean by before supply or at the time of supply? When goods are going to be supplied at that moment somebody gives discount. நீங்க போய் கடையில நிக்கிறீங்க, அந்த ப்ராடக்ட் எடுத்தீங்கன்னா சார் இதுக்கு 30% ஆஃப், உடனே பில்ல போட்டு கொடுக்குறாரு. At the time of supply, discount. Yes. Sometimes they'll say, sir, if you buy 10 shirts from us, then only we will be eligible. 10 shirts same day one kepom. Illa sir, one month down the line. Oh, good. So 1 month down the line, bought 10 shirts. Then again, goes to him and take a discount. Here, once every product is sold, there will be a periodical supply. இன்னைக்கு ஒன்னு சப்ளை பண்ணுவேன், நாளைக்கு ஒன்னு சப்ளை பண்ணுவேன், அதுக்கப்புறம் சப்ளை பண்ணுவேன். Periodically supply பண்ணிருக்கும். After supply, once I achieve that, I'll come back to you. After supply, discount will be allowed, provided if there is an agreement and it is specifically linked to that invoices. If it is linked to that invoices and agreement is available, then post supply discount is also allowed and it can also be reduced from value of supply. So that sums up what will be included and what will be excluded. Maybe I have 2-3 examples to take up. Points with you is you be prepared with your text. Plan to give your answers in the chat box. A company which manufacture chairs normally gives a discount of 10%, 10% on the sale price. The sale price by the factory is 350. Sale price by the factory is 350. And a 10% discount is given on the sale price. What will be the value of supply? Let me repeat. It is a policy of the company whenever they sell on their sale price, 10%, 10% will be given as discount. What will be the value of supply? Quick. Yes. 350 is the sale value or something like that. Okay, basic price, sale value, something like that. On that 350, every time யாரு போய் கேட்டீங்கனாலும் we want to buy it அப்படின்னீங்கன்னா 10% கம்மியா கொடுத்துருவோம். So what will be the value of supply? Value of supply will be 350 minus 10% on 350, which will be 315. A lot of you got it right. Maybe some of you had a different reasoning, but other than that, a lot of you got it right as 315. Let me repeat, except 2-3 of you who concluded 350 is value. Illa. 350 value, sale value, value of supply. Illa. Value of supply na section 15(1) la vara value of supply. So when it comes to value of supply, it is just the vanilla price, the plain price minus discount. Now, it was a bread manufacturing company. This bread manufacturing company supplied to all the nearby vendors breads for rupees 20. For 20 rupees, they have supplied the bread. Told nothing, went to the shop, saw there are no breads. Sir, 10 loaf potrlama. Potranga abdinaru. So like that, 10 shops, 100 shops, he dropped. In all 100 shops, he dropped 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, came to his office. One day passed by, second day passed by. Third day, he called up every shop, 10 shops. 7 shops told, sir, we have sold everything. Come with the next lot. Good. He went with the next lot, dropped it and collected money and walked away with 7 shops. These 3 shops alone, no, breads was not sold. He asked why breads are not sold. No, people came. They asked me what is the rate. I told 20 rupees. They all told it is too high and walked away. Okay. Now I will give you a special discount. For you, I am giving it at 16 rupees. 4 rupees reduction. 16 rupees. Normally, I'll give it to you at 18. You will sell at 20. Now I'm giving you at 16 rupees. Special discount. Normally, 2 ரூபாய் discount. இப்போ 2 ரூபாய் extra discount. Special discount. Now, again, that 3 shops he went, told the same message. One day passed by. Next day he calls, ask, have you sold it? இல்ல விற்கவே இல்லை. 16 ரூபாய்க்குலாம் எங்க மக்கள் வாங்க ரெடியா இல்லை. The bread fellow got angry. What is this happening? Why it is not sold? Okay, we will reduce it further. He told, okay, now sell. I am giving to you at 10 rupees. You will sell at 12 rupees with a 2 rupee profit margin. This fellow thought, நல்ல டீலா இருக்கேன், நியாயமா மக்கள்லாம் வாங்கணும். He told 12 rupees and people all came, bought, everything is sold. Now, if you carefully note, from 18 to 10, he reduced 8 rupees per loaf into 10 loaf. So somewhere around 80 rupees he has reduced. Question before you is, this 80 rupees can be reduced from your value of supply or cannot be reduced from your value of supply? It can be reduced from your value of supply or it cannot be reduced from your value of supply. Quick. Can be reduced, cannot be reduced. Quick. A lot of your answer is right. Sneha, Malavika, Subhashri, Neha. Yeah, all of you are right. Cannot be reduced. Let me repeat. Cannot be reduced. Why it cannot be reduced, sir? Very simple understanding. It cannot be reduced on a single reason that uh, at the time of supply, at the time of supply, he never told about any price reduction. Let me repeat. He never spoken about any price reduction. He was very comfortable. He was uh, staying calm. He simply told, came, dropped the bread and walked away. You sell at a 20, give us 18. அவ்வளவுதான் சொல்லிட்டு போயிட்டார். அது விக்கலன்னு ஒன்னா ஃபர்தரா ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணின்னு வராங்க. There is no pre-agreement. Okay. I'll give you another example so that you understand what is the pre-agreement. Whirlpool signs one agreement with its dealer. Whirlpool says, anybody buy from me more than 25 washing machines, we will give an extra discount of 5%. Normally, one discount they will give. That extra discount of 5% is eligible in case if the person buys more than 25 washing machines. Somehow that month they tried to push, maximum they could able to push only 12, 13, maximum 15. But first month was not possible. Again, second month for various reasons. Second month and third month were also not possible. Fourth month they achieved 25 washing machine they sold cumulatively. Now they called, see, we have achieved 25 sales. Give me that extra discount. So 25 washing machines. Each washing machine average cost 10,000 rupees. Assume just. So 25 into 10,000, 2,50,000 into that 5% commission or 5% extra discount. I would not say 5% commission, 5% extra discount. This 5% extra discount, will it be reduced or it can be reduced from value of supply? It cannot be reduced from value of supply. In case of washing machine, it can be reduced. Sir, there is a pre-existing agreement? Nalla 20 ரூபாய் ஸ்டாம்ப் பேப்பர்ல எழுதிருக்கும். Can it be reduced or cannot be reduced? Quick. In case of washing machine example. Can be reduced, cannot be reduced. Can be, cannot be. Malavika, Sanjay, check. I think it can be reduced. There exists a pre-existing agreement. Both supplier and recipient are aware of this discount, and this discount is linked with your invoices, how much products you buy, all that and all. So let me repeat it. It can be reduced because upfront ரெண்டு பேரும் பேசிட்டாங்க. ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா சொல்றேன், நீங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் சப்ளையரும் ரெசிபியன்ட்டும் பேசிட்டு இப்படி ஒரு டிஸ்கவுண்ட் உனக்கு நான் அப்புறம் தரேன், இதை அச்சீவ் பண்ணுன்னு சொன்னீங்கன்னா it will be reduced from value of supply. பேசிக்காம திடீர்லாம் டிஸ்கவுண்ட் அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா ஆஃப்டர் சப்ளைல எல்லாம் அலௌட் இல்ல. பிஃபோர் சப்ளைக்கு சார், பிஃபோர் சப்ளைனா என்ன வேணா அலௌட். ஏன்னா இன்வாய்ஸ் தனி போட்டுடுறீங்க. At the time of supply you are mentioning it. See, you will say, sir, I want to buy a pen. I'll ask you next, எத்தனை பேனா பண்ண? 100 பேனா. 100 பேனான்ற போது டிஸ்கவுண்ட்டுக்கும் 10,000 பேனான்ற போது டிஸ்கவுண்ட்டுக்கும் நிறைய வித்தியாசம் இருக்கு. ஸோ 100 பேனா 10,000 பேனா 1000 பேனா வெரி 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 காமன். Where you are buying 100 pens, there you are going to buy 1,000 pens. Don't expect the same rate. You will get that item at a different rate. That, yes, this sums up your discussion relation to what will be included, what will be included in your value of supply, what will be excluded from value of supply. We can keep on speaking on this topic. We'll stop. We'll get into problems so that We will test our understanding. Are we able to do problems in this topic? One minute. I'm just planning whether we have fresh sheet. A company sold the goods for a contract basic price of rupees 2 lakhs. Following are the details obtained from the records maintained by company. A. Packing charges rupees 7,500. Transportation and transit insurance rupees 15,000. C, it will be received from government on the contract price rupees 15,000. B, one item. Discount as per company policy is 10% of contract or base price. Calculate Hope you all able to see the problem. A company sold the goods for a contract basic price of 2 lakhs. Following are the details obtained from the records maintained by the company. Company has a packing charges or collected a packing charges of 7,500. Transportation and transit insurance 15,000. Subsidy received from government is on the contract price is rupees 15,000. Discount as per company policy is 10% of contract price. Maybe I'll give a small note. Note italic 1 to italic 4 or ABCD is not included in contract price. See, the whole idea is very clear. These are all money collected separately. These are all not including in your contract price. If that be the case, you all need to decide your value. Quickly go decide value. Number array பண்ணுங்க எப்படி எக்ஸாம்க்கு ஆன்சர் ரெப்ரசன்ட் பண்ணணும் எப்படி ஆன்சர் பிரசன்ட் பண்ணணும்னு சொல்லி ஆன்சர் எல்லாரும் கண்டுபிடிக்கலாம். ஐ வாண்ட் ஆல் ஆஃப் யூ டு கெட் த ஆன்சர் ரைட் ஆன்சர். Few answers came, but all the answers are different. I'll close it here. Hmm. Jitesh Kumar answer is through Subhashri. Don't know. Sudarshan Illappa. Achudan Illappa. Mhm. Sanjay 186 750 எனக்கு அந்த லாஜிக் புரிய மாட்டேங்குது. இல்ல 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 இல்ல. No, nothing great here. Basic price. Okay. On that you will make additions, which is printing, not printing. What is this? Packing charges. Hmm. Add transportation and transit insurance charges. Subsidy received from government, rupees 15,000. A discount as per policy 20,000 rupees. How we get 20,000 rupees? Basic fare into 10%. So 1 to 4 is not included in contract price. So your final number will be so answer would be 187,500. Okay. This is a shortcut way of representation. Leave that. 15,000 ஆடும் பண்ணல லெஸ்ஸும் பண்ணல அது அப்படி பண்ணக்கூடாது இதை விட்டுருங்க இப்படி பண்ணக்கூடாது if you have in your working note this working and if you select 187,500 that would be the end of discussion. True. Yes, a few of you got it right, a lot more of you have to get it right. I don't know what are all reasons why your problem went wrong. Understand this is the only way, right way of doing it. Any of you have any questions? Yes, I would take it up. I allow you to unmute yourself and raise your question after me calling out your name in case you have any questions. Yes, quick. Because sometimes you will have something in your mind. 5, 6 of you got this number, but a lot of you never had this number at all. Quick. Done. Any questions? Quick. Otherwise, we'll move forward to another question to take it up. Can we? We'll do one thing. We'll move forward towards the next question. Sri Traders, SHRE, Sri Traders is engaged in Sri Traders is engaged in selling of machinery. Following are the details. obtained from the records maintained under GST. Following are the details obtained from the records maintained under GST. A, sale value of machine. Sale value of machine 75,000. B, installation charges. B, installation charges. Collected separately. Installation charges collected separately. 25,000. Loading and unloading charges, italic 3. Loading and unloading charges collected separately, 5,000. Loading and unloading charges collected separately, 5,000. Subsidy received from local association, local manufacturer association, rupees 10,000. Subsidy received from local manufacturer association, rupees 10,000. Calculate transaction value. Very simple. My only question is, can some of you confirm? I think I told somewhere dollars. I should have not told that. Subconsciously, I realized that I've told dollars somewhere. Just want to correct that point alone. Did I somewhere? No means okay. No, no. Yes, a lot of you got it right. 1,05,000, 75,000 plus 25,000 plus 5,000. So it will become 1,05,000. Agreed, 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 agreed. So that sums up your discussion relating to valuation. We'll do yet another problem. Now the problem that you all did is basic price will not include everything. So all additions you have to make or whatever exclusions you have to do. Now we'll do a reverse side of the problem. Okay, reverse side of the problem, where process transactions we can copy from that here. Numbers alone will change a little. As companies sold the goods for a sale price. Sale price of rupees 2 lakhs. Following are the details obtained from the records maintained by the company. Packing charges 17,500. Transportation and transit insurance 22,500. Subsidy received from government yes. One. Sorry. Yes. The sale price is 3,50,000. Following details are available. Packing charges 17,500. Transportation and transit insurance charges 22,500. Subsidy received from a charitable organization 15,000. And discount as per the company policy is 25,000 of the contract or basic price. All these are all given. And you have a price called as 3,50,000. Now, sale price na எல்லாம் முடிச்சிட்டு வரது sale price. Basic price plus additions அதெல்லாம் முடிச்சிட்டு வர number தான் sale price. Now, will something will be added to this price or straight away 3,50,000 can be accepted as your value of supply? You're just going to do or answer that. In my view, one of the simplest sum. Quick. Will straight away 3,50,000 will be accepted as value or something else? You need to add something, you need to reduce something. என்ன பண்ண போறீங்க? Yes. Quick. I want a lot of you to answer. Quick. Neha, you're revising the answer. Understood. Neha, your answer is through. Achudan, read the last line. Italic 1 to italic 4 are included or considered in sale price. See, எங்க ஆட் ஆகணுமோ அங்க இன்க்ளூடட்னு படிக்கணும். எங்க அதை கன்சிடர் பண்ணமோ மீன் ரிடக்ஷன் பண்ணமோ அதை கன்சிடர்னு படிக்கணும். அதுக்காக தான் அந்த வார்த்தையை அப்படி போடுறாங்க. ஆல் த நெசசரி எஃபெக்ட் நீட் டு பி டன். சி ஒன்னத்தை ஆட் பண்ணணும்னா அதை நான் இன்க்ளூடட்னு சொல்லலாம். ஒன்னத்தை ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணணும்னா அதை ரெடியூஸ்னு சொல்றதுக்கு பதிலாக கன்சிடர்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். ஓகே. Faisal, check your answer. Shweta, is packing, transport, and subsidy not already included? அந்த நோட் படிக்கலையா? That is not already included. Yes, quick. So see, இங்க வந்து சேல் பிரைஸ்னா இன்வாய்ஸ்ல வர ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நம்பரா இல்ல இன்வாய்ஸ்ல அட்ஜஸ்ட்மெண்ட்ஸ்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு வர லாஸ்ட் நம்பரா? These are all understanding, not patterns. Understanding. Basic price plus additions less sale value or sale value or sale price. See, இப்படிதான் வருமா சார் எல்லாத்துலயும்? அதாவது ஒரு தியரி, இப்படிதான் பண்ணணும். சேல் வேல்யூ ஆர் சேல் பிரைஸ்னா இதுதான் நம்பர். ஸோ ஒன்ஸ் அகெயின் யூ வில் நாட் ஆட் பேக். What it is reduced alone, what is added back is already correctly added back. You will not disturb at all. Packing charges நீங்க என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? ஆட் பண்ணணும். அது ஏற்கனவே ஆட் பண்ணியாச்சு. டிரான்ஸ்போர்டேஷன் டிரான்சிட் சார்ஜஸ் என்ன பண்ணணும்? ஆட் பண்ணணும். அதுதான் ஏற்கனவே ஆட் பண்ணியாச்சு. சப்சிடி ரிசீவ் ஃப்ரம் சேரிட்டபிள் ஆர்கனைசேஷன், வாட் தே வுட் ஹவ் சப்சிடி ரிசீவ்ட், அப்ப என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க? ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. Are they eligible for reduction? No. Why no? Because it is not a government subsidy. Again, discount as per company policy, 25,000 rupees is considered. Good discount considered at the time of supply. Sorry. So இது எல்லாத்துக்கும் எஃபெக்ட் கொடுத்தாச்சு அவங்க ஏற்கனவே இந்த 4 ஐட்டம்க்கும். ஸோ இது ஒண்டி தான் கரெக்டா எஃபெக்ட் கொடுத்துருக்கணும். ஸோ 3,50,000 plus 15,000, 3,65,000 would be your answer. See, a few of you got it right, except one or two who are still researching to get that number. Yes, 3,65,000 you're all getting. That sums up your discussion relating to valuation. Absolutely nothing great beyond this topic. So valuation avladana valuation. One minute. We'll go to the last slide and close it. The last slide. Only one point to understand here. In case if value cannot be determined, that is somebody is not in a position to determine value. In case value cannot be determined as per section the above provisions. In case value cannot be determined as per the above mentioned provisions, value will be determined as per your if value cannot be determined as per your above mentioned section 15.1, value will be determined as per valuation rules. Similarly, they went one step forward on certain matters. value will be determined in such manner as may be prescribed by the government. So don't be bothered about it, sir. Condition satisfy ஆகலைன்னா உங்க லெவல்ல இப்ப என்ன எழுதுவீங்கன்னா ரெண்டு கண்டிஷன்ல ஏதாவது ஒரு கண்டிஷன் சாட்டிஸ்ஃபை ஆனாலும் கண்டிஷன் நாட் சாட்டிஸ்ஃபைட் வேல்யூ cannot be determined அப்படியே க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிடுங்க. Okay, so that sums up at your level. Do the government have power to prescribe the method of valuation? Yes, they have power to prescribe method of valuation and notify for certain services. All these are all rules. We have rule number 27 to 35. Discuss about it, but any case not applicable for your exam. Just be aware. There is, if value cannot be determined as per your section, value will be determined as per valuation rules. Again, special procedures and methods are there to determine value in case of your specified services or specified goods. So this sums up your discussion relating to value of supply and leaves us one important topic called as input tax credit. One small submission, input tax credit, we will not take it up in an afternoon class and all. It requires a lot of fresh energy and enthusiasm. So we'll try to have it in a morning class. Maybe next 1 or 2 days, I'll close down a few classes which I'm handling currently. So we'll get into some morning class and take it up, and different timing required within 2 hours and all. 4 ஸ்லைடு தாண்ட முடியாது இதுல. இந்த ஒரே ஒரு ஸ்லைடே நமக்கு வந்து 1/2 மணி நேரம் ஓடும். இந்த ஒரு ஸ்லைடு அடுத்த 1/2 மணி நேரம், இந்த ஸ்லைடு 1/2 மணி நேரம் முடிஞ்சு போச்சு. So if you're going to have some 2 hours class and all, it won't work out. What we would prefer is a little more longer hour. A 3-hour class should be ideal and sufficient. Why? Because once we complete input tax